everybody. I am getting back on live because I feel like my reading I didn't feel like I really said what needed to be said in order to actually assist anyone. It got cut off because my phone died. But anyway, I hope you guys are well. And yeah, I just wanted to talk about how to use your negativity in order to quantum leap, in order to ascend, in order to, I mean, honestly, let's get into it. Honestly, every day life is going to have its challenges, and like the key to like being up for life and seeing life as an adventure and seeing life as like and being like kind of excited by the challenges instead of worn down by them, beat up by them, feeling like they are like punishment. You know, like a lot of people mistake their challenges, especially if you had a rough childhood. It's like sometimes when you've had a rough childhood, you feel like entitled to everything going well for you. Like you don't want to do no extra work to make things better or positive, especially if you feel like you've done nothing wrong to deserve being treated the way you have or being put down. And I'm able to recognize this because I've been there. Like, man, I used to feel like that. And I don't know if I still do all the, like, it's not prevalent. I kind of got over the hill of that. It's like that bitterness and resentment, um, and entitlement after my car wreck. After I honestly didn't. If I wanted to be in a positive state of mind, or if I wanted to have a positive life, I was going to have to stop my bullshit. Like I was going to have to like really like lock in and let go of how I wish things were, how things were supposed to be, what I feel like I deserve, and what I feel like I don't want to do, and what I feel like I'm not going to do, and what I feel like I don't feel like focusing on the work I feel like I shouldn't have to do. Like I had to let that go and just surrender to what God was putting in front of me, what the energies are in front of me. So the first key to quantum leaping is understanding that you can only quantum leap from where you are at right now. That's all you've got to work with. You can say I'm a millionaire, right? But if you don't feel it, then it's not going to happen, and you're just going to end up frustrated, and you're going to feel like it's not working. So what is the key, Aya? Like, what is it? Well, you take where you're at, you take how you're feeling right now, and you reach for the next best feeling thought that you actually believe, right? So for me, I talk about this all the time. I just started chanting all is well with my soul because I can relate to that song. I can relate to that feeling. I can sing that song over. When peace like a river attended my way, when sorrows like sea, like I can put myself in a good feeling state, which means that I'm generalizing. I'm not being so specific about what it is I want to create. Like how if you're in a place of bitterness and resentment, disappointment, and you have like this stubborn, negative, stuck energy, and you know if you do or not, even if you walk around with a smile on your face. The happiest looking people can be the most apathetic. You can be the most like distant. People can think that you're their friend or that you're present, but you're really like actually just annoyed with life. I've been there. You know, I mean, my energy, God has blessed me with a beautiful golden light, regardless of how I feel deep down inside. I've been bitter and resentful. So anyway, don't be so specific. Say you don't have the job that you want and you want a new job. And what gets people like really their energy crossed a lot is I don't know what I want. So I'm frustrated with myself about that. Like, what do I want? Like, God, what do I want? What are my dreams? Why am I here? What's my purpose? And so you try to get specific before you get into a good feeling place. And really, the key to quantum leaping is to get and just feel good. Just feel good right quick. Like, just feel good right now. The key to quantum leaping is to focus on the now. Okay, another key to quantum leaping is to know what you are. Are you a loser, a sinner, a wretched person who's worthy of death, who's worthy of punishment? So how are you going to expect yourself to be open to receiving anything good? Like if you're a bad person in your own eyes, it doesn't matter why. It could be because of how people treated you in the past, what you see off of the TV. Like we can go down a list of the reasons why we allow ourselves to buy into a negative self concept. Okay. But you're responsible for your self concept at a certain point. And that's another thing that you just have to reconcile with. You might not feel like you have the energy to give a damn about any of this ever. Like you're like, oh, something else that I gotta do. First of all, that's a trick from the devil as well. Like you don't have to do anything that you're doing. Like all of this stuff that we do, we don't have to do. God commands that we rest. You can only really create, like truly create, like really what you want from a place of rest. You're not going to create the life you want from a place of frustration, toil, turmoil, anger, bitterness, and resentment. I mean, if you're listening to this and this resonates with you, you know that to be true. All you have to do is look at your current results. It's never gonna it's never gonna work and it's never gonna be a thing. Like you're never and get to where you want to be with feeling negativity or fake or performing happiness, performing spirituality, like looking spiritual on the outside. And it's okay that you keep your I'd rather you have a spiritual practice than not have one at all. Like I know that a lot of people are tired even within their spiritual practice, within their meditation, within their journaling. It still feels like pulling teeth, like you kind of don't want to be there doing that, but you do it anyway because you know that you feel better and more on track than if you don't, but you're still not getting to where you want to be. I understand. You might have your altars up, you're doing your rituals, your rain dances, your all this, and sometimes you get tired of it because it's not coming from authentic place, like how you want to spend time with your best friends or you want to spend time with your lover. Like that's a place of rest. When you fall in love and you want to be with your man or your girl and you look forward to it, yeah, that's that place. Uh-huh. And that is the place where God is, which is why it feels so good. Your self identity and your self concept is the one God created for you, not the one that the world made up, not the one you made up, not the one your mama made up. You didn't create yourself, so you don't get to decide it, which is a good thing because most of us would condemn ourselves and judge ourselves to be damned, and then where we would be. So this is what we call heaven. We call home. Your true identity is home base. You're going back home. You're going back home to yourself. That's all ascension is, essentially. Going back home to yourself, but not just knowing that and understanding that intellectually or mentally, logically. You're going back home within yourself like a child goes back home to its safe place in a playful way. Like your true self is playful. Your truth your true self is youthful. Why? Because you are an eternal being. And that's not something that the ego mind will ever be okay with. And this is the part to where you, the watcher inside of you, the observer inside of you, has to take over. Like you have to uh, get that. It has to click for you. It has to click. Thank you for the love. It has to click for you that you are an eternal being, and your ego is never going to be okay with that. Your ego is going to always buck up against that thought. Your ego's always going to say, that's crazy. Girl, that's crazy, girl. You crazy, girl. That's crazy. That's a crazy thought. How can you be an eternal being? The way you eat chicken is just crazy. The way you be out here in the streets is just insane. How are you a being of light or anything this way? Right? So your ego's gonna always criticize you and belittle you, and especially when you get in alignment and you do your big one and you actually like are in the flow, your ego's gonna attack you. That's what the ego does. The ego is only is suspicious and it is vicious. It like I mean, look at the people that are haters that'll hate you for just showing up and being in your light. They're suspicious of you. They're like, okay, right? They're suspicious, and then when you start talking, they become vicious because the ego feels like it's blasphemous to consider yourself one with God. That's where your spiritual practice comes in. This is why I'm always talking about this. You're not going to be able to stay. You can get in the zone from time to time. You know, when you get yourself in a big pinch, in this crunch time, y'all know what to do, how to meditate, who to call on, how to chant, or whatever. But awakening, ascension, is about staying in your self identity for long periods of time until it sticks. And the only way you're going to be able to do that, coming from where we're coming from, the dark ages here of ignorance, okay, is by practicing daily. You have to practice. So a lot of times, especially if you're an earth angel, the spirit realm will do you a solid and put you in like a really dark situation, a really challenging situation, so that you can understand and get it in your bones. Get certain things out your system and put certain things in your system. Like you have to control your thoughts. You have to control your emotions. You don't have a choice. Or else you'll end up back repeating these cycles over and over and over and over again, which is fine. I mean, there's no sin against it. I mean, there's no such thing as sin. This is your self identity. You're an eternal being. You are innocent. You are pure. You are light. That is all. Everything else, all those other attributes, like an unworthy person that's worthy to be disrespected, fat, ugly, short, not needed. Not necessarily. No, not if you want a quantum leap. Actually, you're to love all those parts of yourself because they are God too. Like God channels and uses every single last part of you if you allow it. All those parts of you are beautiful and can be used to draw whatever it is that you want to you. But if you view yourself in a way that's not in alignment with how your creator views you, you're going to be out of alignment real fast, and you're going to feel bad, and that's how you know you're out of alignment. If you don't feel good, then you're out of alignment. If you feel bad for long periods of time, then that feeling bad has a way more momentum than feeling good. So that's why it feels like you're traveling uphill just around the river bend every day and exhausted because you're out of alignment with your true identity, which is what class you are an eternal being. See, this is why the Egyptians who were falling asleep, the ancient Egyptians were in the process of becoming what we are right now. Okay? It started with them. Well, not necessarily. It kind of like the dark ages began for real with the ancient Egyptians, which is why I never understood why people worship ancient Egypt so tough. I'm like, these people were losing their minds literally. That was the beginning of seeing having to identify your God on the outside of you instead of knowing and understanding that God is within you. They needed all these symbols, all these rituals, all this. But since they weren't, completely uh, like away mentally from all this energy, um, they were at least obsessed with the right things, kind of. They were just kind of like misplacing it on the outside of them. Uh, yeah, the kingdom of heaven is you. You don't have to go searching for it, which is why I got rid of my altars. I got rid of all of my altars, and I used to have like maybe 3 or 4 altars going at a time. I love altars. They're beautiful and they do work. But I wanted to prove to myself that God being within me is all I need. Like all I need is me and God. I don't need all of these extra things. Or maybe God wanted to prove that to me. And so he gave me the desire to get rid of like everything that I had an attachment to, that I gave power to. God wanted to show me where my power actually lied. How you quantum leap and how you ascend is you stop giving power to anything on the outside of you, to any situations, to people, to places, to things. Okay? You put that power where it belongs, within you. And you learn slowly with each time you quantum leap to not be afraid of your own power, because you start to understand what that power actually is and what it feels like. And what your power actually feels like is natural. It just feels like like normal. Peace, joy, and happiness. If you meditate with a flower, or you meditate with the birds, and you meditate with the ocean, how does it feel? That energy is the life force energy that is within you. That is what makes you good. Everything is good that God created. And you use this power to command everything within you and around you, because everything is within you. Everything is one with the divine. And everything is around you is painted with the brush of your perception that you paint it with. And you will get to know this more and more to be true the more you practice spiritually. But if you want to quantum leap really fast, then you need to feel in yourself. Say you want to move out of your apartment in 3 days or something because something happened. You will have to feel into the space within yourself that is blocking you from being able to do that. Know how to sit with this energy until it disperses and you are freed from it, which is where my group trauma healing, I must, maybe I should call it something else. I don't know. My group trauma healing comes in because I teach you how to remove blockages really quickly, like right now, right? So you have to remove blockages to whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. If you want to manifest something quickly, say you want to manifest $500, you will have to go within yourself and be like, what inside of me? If you say, I want $500, if something in you rises up in resistance, then you know that that's a blockage that needs to be dealt with. So you deal with those blockages. You deal with those blockages. And then on top of that, you keep your mind and eyes, energy, light, focus on what you, I am an eternal being. I'm prosperous. I can have whatever I want now. I am the precipitation of that $500 in my hands this very moment now, because manifestation is now. You stop putting your manifestations off to the future. One second. I gotta have a little sniffle, a little cold. All right. Yeah, you stop putting your manifestations off into the future and you claim everything now. You feel it now. If you feel it for the future, then you're going to withhold it off for the future all the time. And these things take practice if you're not used to doing it. Some of you are ripe and prime and ready to do this, and you will find this to be a very fast process for you. Others of you, you have to keep practicing. And that is the key, really, is to stay consistent. It's going to work because it's the laws of the universe. The laws of the universe is resonance. If you get yourself in a resonance, all you have to do is stay there and relax and stop trying. Like once I get myself, this is how I quantum leap, okay? Um, and this is also how I live a nomadic lifestyle, okay? Once I get myself into in alignment with what I want, I leave it alone. And how I know I've gotten myself in alignment is because I feel good, like great about whatever it is that I said that I want. I feel like I already have it. Then I stop and I'll go do something fun. I go for a walk. I'll go get something to eat. I'll go to the beach. I'll watch a funny movie. I just stay in that energy. I don't budge from it. I don't mess with it. I don't ask no questions. It's done. So I put myself at the end of the manifestation. Like I already have it. It's done. There's nothing else for me to do. There's nothing else for me to say. And things don't come to me because I work hard. Actually, working hard gets in the way because that's God's job. You have to know what your job is and what God's job is. Look at the lilies of the field. Look at the birds in the sky. Study animals. They don't do nothing to deserve anything. They just be themselves, right? So I might click on here, do a video, or make a workbook. I'll do whatever arises from me naturally. Make a meditation, make a song. My one of my favorite things to do. I figured out like when I really like am needing to shake off a old energy and ground a new energy. A new energy is coming in, or old ones leave. I dance. I get the urge to dance. You know, um, be natural. Be natural. Be at rest. Be at peace. Be still and know that I am God. Okay. But first, you have to acknowledge where your energy actually is. What do we were just discussing at the beginning? Acknowledge where your energy actually is at. If you're feeling bad, then you know that you got some clearing to do of this. If you're having some fears surrounding, then you know you're gripping yourself on the inside. The key is to stop gripping. Stop gripping the past. Stop gripping your reality. Stop gripping your story. Like, stop holding on to a certain particular way things have to be or how it has to show up. One of my favorite things to say to myself when I'm manifesting something is that I want things to I want God to do its magic, and I want the result that God wants for me. I move my ideas out of the way because God has the best ideas. I mean, look at the ocean, look at the mountains, look at the trees. However, God manifests our desires and how God creates is perfect. I have no notes, you know, and so I'll stop toiling and working on it, quote unquote, in my little mind because I can't even fathom how God has created millions and billions, and there's trillions of cells on the planet, and everything's being held up perfectly, and I'm breathing to this very moment. I don't have to think about it. Like, I start going there. That's a general that's a general sense of well-being, of God's love for me. I get myself in a space where I feel God's love for me. Why? Because God created me. God created me out of love. I am love. I am here to love. So I channel love. And what God desires is for me to enjoy that, enjoy being love. And anytime we're out of alignment with that, this is where all of us are trying to get to. Everyone's trying to get to a place of where they're enjoying being love, and that's it. And see, in this world is upside down to God. Okay, and it's on purpose. It's not to be judged. You don't have to judge the world for being the way it is. The world's going to be the way it is for the reasons that it is that way, and that's a different subject, and I'm not going to get into it. But it's this way by design, and it's not a mistake. Okay, uh, the world is going to be the way it is, and it's going to give you challenges, and it's going to give you resistance, and it's going to give you pushback, and you are to hold steady and stand firm in peace. And this is how your peace grows, and this is how you know what peace is, and you know how powerful God is, because you can have a legion of 10,000 demons come up against you, and then you're standing in the power of God. They have no power over you because God is the only power that exists. And these are the things that I say to myself. And so it is. And I live it. Like, I have Agent J's and demons come up towards me, and I just laugh because their power is nothing compared to God's. They're nothing. Love is the only power that exists. So if someone comes towards me with hate, I know that they're not real. That's not real. So I give it no power, I give it no attention, and I gives it no authority. So if you are out here reacting to every problem in the world and giving it your attention, giving it your emotions, you are giving it power, and you are giving it dominion to have power over you in your life, in your mind, in your world, to feel bad, to feel stuck, to feel energetically depleted. You don't have to do that. All that is a choice. Okay? So I want you guys to join the Patreon, join the YouTube membership. There are modalities there to assist you with focusing on your light and you need to build up your chi every day. Like your spiritual energetic bank needs to be full. First, that's so that you can give to yourself. You are the first person that you need to love and mother and father. Okay? And then you can get to maybe somebody else. But honestly, when you are love, when you focus on love, when you focus on being love, when you stand in love, you make the world a better place just by you being happy. Peace to you. Bye.